here, 3v3 Argus Desert Gate blue team. First up, Commissar Vocaloid plays an Inquisitor, offensive commander that fights in melee combat by default, has a bunch of crowd control stuns and snares and a little bit of support. This is Deathcore of Krieg DLC, so we will get that annoying crackling sound. Alongside Attack on Spartan, also known as Blessed Spartan, plays a force commander, versatile with great offense, can also tank, disrupt and support fights in melee combat. And rounding off the blue team is Torpid as a very brightly coloured Hive Tyrant, very stompy commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. High durability, good disruption, offense and support, begins with a basic synapse. Red team, ROSEN Warrior is a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and disruption, fights mainly in melee combat. And alongside is Bashful Pwny as another force commander. And rounding off the red team is Manu, plays a Plague Champion, starts out range combat with a damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, good versatility and utility, can build turrets and repair, but is slow up against the Inquisitor on this solo west lane. Heretics moving in. Sentinel now has its stomp. Boom. Pretty interesting matchup, Inquisitor versus Plague Champion. Inquisitor can really annoy a Plague Champion with that Hammer of the Witches and the crossbow bolt pistol crippling volley against those melee heretics, and he almost lost his first heretic squad down to one model. What's going on? East side is kicking off. Hive Tyrant in retreat. Looks like blue team are forced off here. Gonna have to cede control of their power. We have Flame Tactical Marines. What are they up to? Gonna flame down some termagants. They should be flaming up the power node. But here comes Spartan. And he's flanking quite well here. Heretical Space Marines forced to retreat. Is he going to force melee on them? Try and get a model? No, he's not. Scouts getting chased down. That's quite nasty. Going to have to retreat through a bunch of stuff. And he's rather lucky not to lose that squad. In fact, he does lose a squad. And those guys had shotguns. Chaos Lord retreats out. Pressure, pressure, pressure is the name of the game for Chaos. Bashful Pwny's force commander also runs away, but they did reasonably well there, pushed quite well. Bashed, I think, did they take down a generator? I'm not sure, but they did wipe out Spartan scouts. He has another scout squad though, also in retreat there. And look at this, Vocaloid pushing hard down this west lane, and Manu now has some Havocs armed with a heavy bolter, a setup team. And their heavy bolter is especially good at suppressing infantry, will instantly suppress them from any range within their arc. Where are they going? They're setting up in open ground. 495, 447, it's a 1-to-1 cap. And there is that instant suppression. You see, it even suppressed a squad that wasn't in the arc, because it's a kind of cumulative effect against those nearby guardsmen. 495, 447, heretics on capping duty. These guys have an aspiring champion. You see him there towards the left. He is a Chaos Marine, bolt pistol and chainsword, and he's pretty mean. Turns them into a very nice little melee squad in tier 1 with that Doom Blast as well. 495, 447, very strong against other melee squads. We have grenade launcher heretics on the west side from Manu. Boom! Big old reliable grenade launcher by the Catechins for Vocaloid. Very versatile squad, can disrupt, can support and counter melee squads quite nicely with some good DPS, both melee and ranged. If you can manage their abilities well, they can be incredibly useful in tier 1 and scale pretty well too. But look at it all kicking off on the east side. Heretics, their worst nightmare in the form of crippling poison, is on the field up here from Torpid, who has gone for a warrior brood. Start off as a melee squad with heavy infantry armor, leap into combat so you get that passive disruption from them, and they provide a basic synapse, which the Hive Tyrant himself does, of course. Devastators here taking the garrison. Do they have any anti-garrison? We do have Seismic Roar, which will damage garrison units, but probably not enough to force them to retreat. Ouch! Big loss from Bashful. Just lost a tactical marine squad outright. Devastators suppressing these termagants. Formagants in retreat. Down goes Hive Tyrant. Painful. An oversight. Was he busy typing there? I'm not sure. Just did not retreat his Hive Tyrant there. 470, 443. Red team get their natural decap. Assault Marines on the field for Bashful. Havoc's in retreat. Vocaloid doing quite well on this west lane, and Blight Grenades are up. You see the infection on those guardsmen killing some models there. 470, 430. Inquisitor with the Interrogator's armor. She's going to use that, or she already has used that, to infiltrate a squad to sneak up on Havoc. So we do have a sparring chap in Heretics here to spot that. I'll try to anyway. 466, 427. Noise Marines shaking down some generators. An awesome tier 1 squad, I think. Bashful replacing his Tactical Marines, which is generally what you want to do, unless you go double Devastators after you lose a Tactical Marine squad. 458, 427. Here come double Termagants and Hormagaunts. Hormagaunts getting their adrenal glands as well. Cacophony, a jump from Assault Marines and more Assault Marines coming in. 450, 427. Huge engagement here. Noise Marines looks like they're going to get away okay. Who is this? Spartan leaving his Assault Marines in there way too long. Are they going to survive? 17 hit points. That was a very, very lucky escape. Killed a weak from the Chaos Lord. Cleaning up just enough to get away there. Just about did so. Spartan with his Power Sword Force Commander, Armor of Alacrity as well, boosting his speed, giving him sprint as well, which allows him to close the distance incredibly quickly. 445, 425. West side. Manu pushing back. He's not getting dominated here, but Vocaloid is, I think, doing quite well. Manu goes tier 2 first. Vocaloid could go, he's floating now. Did the Inquisitor get anything else? Nope, still level 1. And the Plague Champion also still level 1. Closer to level 2 though than that Commissar. Look at this though, the mid is completely blue. Noise Marines are going to wipe out his Scout. Spartan completely forgetting about them. He loses another Scout squad. Havoc suppressing stuff. Unfortunately you can't infiltrate your Sentinel with Interrogators armor. That would be pretty nuts. There's the all reliable disrupting absolutely everything there. Havoc's will set up though, and there's a beautiful Blight Grenade from Manu. Is it going to wipe these Catechins? You see the infection, and he's piling on the damage over time with his bolter as well. These are the 3 squad leaders with 10 hit points remaining. 445, 375. That was a lucky escape for Vocaloid. A very nice grenade from Manu. Blight Grenades can really be painful in tier 1. Ouch. Devastators wiped out of the building. Those were Bashfuls, and he's had a pretty torrid tier 1. Lost Assault Marines, lost Devastators, lost Tactical Marines. How are they going to stand up against this after those losses? 435, 375. There's a Seismic Roar. Hive Tyrant going in amongst these Noise Marines, not knocked back by Cacophony because he's too big and fat. And these Rending Talons are a pretty nasty melee weapon in their own right. 75 DPS melee PvP damage, which does full damage to heavy infantry and light infantry, but not full damage to super heavy infantry. So as you can see, still pretty nasty against Tactical Marines. 418, 375. Thunderhammer is up for Bashful, and he's going for Artificial. I think he's making the mistake of losing a lot of stuff in tier 1 and instantly trying to make up for it by kitting out his commander in tier 2, which usually doesn't end up very good. We'll see how he goes though. Has Artificer, and what is he going to do? Get a plasma cannon or something? Maybe 410, 375. This is Spartan helping out on this west side. Manu completely pushed off Vocaloid there, recovered very well. Where is Vocaloid's stuff? There it is. Some Catechins don't have their Sarge yet. We have double Plasma Gun Guards on these Sergeants. A Zone Throat is up for Torpid. Artillery Piece for Tyranids. No setup time, no travel time for its projectile, and it doesn't do friendly fire. Some huge upsides. Its downsides are it's very fragile, a single model which can be torn down very quickly, and it doesn't quite do as much damage as other artillery pieces, as you'd expect, not having to set up and stuff. There's that Cacophony again. Warrior Brood, no sign of adrenal glands. Ouch. Noise Marines in all sorts of trouble. ROSEN keeping them on the field way too long. Are they going to escape here? You see the basic synapse allowing those Hormagaunts to leap after targets. Chaos Lord now in trouble. 394, 374. 50 hit points, 27, and gets away. 2 lucky escapes of ROSEN. And here we see the adrenal glands now for the warriors, giving the melee synapse to those Hormagaunts. Hive Tyrant himself is coming back into play. And there's the speed buff from the Infestation Tower, a global ability that all Tyranid commanders have. 382, 374. Power bash over here. What's going on west? Vocaloid taking his power back, and here's a blood crusher now to deal with. Vocaloid. Stormtroopers surely with anti-armor kit in response. We will see down goes a Catachan. Blood crusher is a vehicle with demon armor. No, it's a demon with vehicle armor. Get it right. Very nice single target DPS, almost 100 heavy melee. And since it's a demon, benefits greatly from worship. I haven't seen a lot of worship used by Manu. Wary to overextend that blood crusher, and there is some Nurgle worship. You see the blood crusher getting into range. We have a missile launcher, Sentinel though, cracked missiles, doing a lot of damage to the vehicle armor of this blood crusher. There's the demonic roar forcing off infantry targets momentarily, but another hit from the cracked missile. That's how vulnerable a blood crusher can be. Just 600 hit points on a melee vehicle. In quite quick though. Great synergy of course with Khorne worship, making it even quicker. 382, 342. Play Champions level 2 has nothing else. Heretics get jumped. These are ROSENs. 382, 336. There's a 2-to-1 cap for blue. Devastators on the field for Spartan. And a plasma cannon for Pwny. And it's all kicking off here with a lightning claw Chaos Lord. Very expensive weapon, but if you can make it pay off, it can be devastating. Armor the Inferno as well. And the Force Commander is in there with that Thunderhammer, killing warriors. The warriors do not get away. We have Markov Zinch CSM, we have Markov Khorne CSM. Big plasma cannon hit, and Torpid lost a lot in that engagement. Completely wiped a warrior squad, and he has a bunch of reinforcing to do. Zone Throat needs to run away. Do not risk this. Tactical Marines trying to force melee combat on these guys, and he does keep the Zone Throat in play, and it was the right thing to do. 382, 308. CSM run away. Here's a Razorback eating a missile from the Tactical Marines. Almost level 2 these guys. Are they going to get rear hits? Boom. Ow, look at the damage that did. That was crazy. 382, 298. Almost wiped out the Razorback there. Whoa, crazy game. Blood Crusher is still around. The Inquisitor now has her Holy Brazier, a 50 DPS power melee weapon with Holy Pyre. 382, 288. He's gone for a Manticore. I don't think this Sentinel is going to be enough to deal with this Blood Crusher. Really thought he was going to go for a Stormtrooper squad, and there is a Noxious Cloud knocked back into it. Global ability of the Plague Champion. Vocaloid has not noticed. He might lose all of this stuff. Ouch, ouch, ouch. 10,000 plagues upon you indeed. Catachans get away with 6 models because they're cheaters like that, but the rest of them got devastated. Blood Crusher charging in. Down it goes finally. Sentinel was enough, it turns out. Plague Champion managed to throw his Black Grenade before he went down, and it's spreading everywhere. It will spread to friendly targets, but does not spread off of retreating units. 350, 288. There's a triple cap for red. That was a awesome cloud from Manu. Almost whacked 2 full Guardsman squads. Catachans back up to 9 models. They do have their Sarge now, and here is that Manticore heavy artillery piece with huge range and damage potential, but you need to target each missile individually. It's moving forward, so you might see a shot here. The first shot from a Manticore is always very important, because it's the one your opponent perhaps is not expecting. 318, 288. As soon as they see a Manticore strike, they should, from then on, try not to blob up as much as they can, which is generally what you always want to try and do. Here is the first shot. Where's it going? There it is. On Worshipping Heretics. And those CSM run right into it. That's lack of awareness from ROSEN. And we have Veil of Time on Devastators, speeding them up and allowing them to shoot without setting up, and there it is. Librarian with the Tome of Time makes Devastators so painful. Look at the way he's using them here. Getting them right in the face of these enemy Stern Guard veterans from Bashful. Using And They Shall Know No Fear, but they are forced to retreat, as is the Force Commander. Maybe he'll go for the Teleporter pack now. Hive Tyrant kicking some serious ass level 4 with Psychic Scream and Improved Synapse. There is another Noxious Cloud. Is it? Yes. Painful. Is he dropping in Warriors to reinforce here? He is. And look at all that reinforcement. 281, 288. The Cloud does move slower compared to retail, and it fades away. If you are paying attention, it's pretty easy to avoid a Cloud, but as you saw in Vocaloid's case, not everyone is paying attention, and look at the dead bodies. He's pushing back quite well though against Manu. We have Blastmaster Noise Marines. ROSEN also has Blastmaster Noise Marines. A plasma cannon also up, so red team with some artillery on the field. Blue team with this Manticore. And the Zoanthrope is still around, level 2. Giving a health regen synapse to all of these Tyranid creatures here. 281, 265. Hive Tyrant now stomping towards the east side with his entire army, and Spartan is not far behind him. Red team are capping it. They have Blastmaster there, which will knock back friendly targets, as you can see there, but won't damage them unless they are caught at the end of the Blastmaster shots. Plasma Cannon doing some pretty nasty friendly fight. Assault Terminators on the field for Bashful with Thunder Hammer and Storm Shields. Good damage to all targets with these Thunder Hammers, and incredibly tough, but lack mobility apart from their teleport, as you can see. 270, 264. Where are they going after? They're going after the Assault Marines, which are just going to jump away. Huge engagement here. We have a Sacred Standard Force Commander for Bashful, level 3, in retreat though. Constant damage buff. And now the Terminators are getting chased down. And that was a bit of a weird teleport. It looks like only one of the models, only two of the models I should say, teleported. 255, 264. Terminators now running away. They are 150-50 to reinforce. Incredibly expensive, so you don't want to lose the models, obviously. Lightning Claws on the way. There's a Crippling Poison to slow them down. Well, here comes the Chaos Lord, and Terminators turn to engage with those Lightning Claws. They lost a model though. Painful. Power melee splash weapons. 250, 264. That is an awesome push by Blue. That Plasma Cannon did not help out the team there with that big hit on those allied Chaos Space Marines. The Mark of Khorne guys were the ones that got hit. These guys are level 3, Chaos Lord with Demonic Massage. Manu pushing up, and he now has a Nurgle Chaos Predator. This thing has that nasty shell of stuff that does damage over time, reduces its damage to other vehicles, but also gives it a crap load of health, up to 1225 at level 1, and some health regen. So it's a really interesting upgrade for Chaos Predators. I think that all of the Chaos Predator upgrades are pretty awesome now. 250, 239. A big fan of the Mark of Khorne one myself. Mark of Khorne CSM in retreat, and there is a big Let the Galaxy Burn Doom of Manatize on the field for Torpid. Very good. Unique super unit sub-commander type thing for Tyranids, with an artillery attack and lots of nasty area of effect damage over time abilities. Also has a kind of vampiric basic attack which returns health to the Doom of Malantite. 250, 221. There is Cataclysm, knockback and damage over time on the ground. Look at the disruption there. Disrupted about 3 squads. Paroxysm, which is its big damage ability, was nerfed in 2.2 quite rightly. Now has a 40-second cooldown compared to just, I think it was 15 before, or 20. 250, 221. Can the Tyranids push against these artillery units? And here come Lightning Claw. Assault Terminator is going straight after that Doom of Malantite. has commander armor, so those lightning claws will still rip it apart, but there is a crippling poison to save it. Now they need to turn their attention to the Hive Tyrant, I think. Nope, they're going to keep chasing. 250, 221. He needs to get a librarian, Bashful, and that is in fact what he's going for. There is Paroxysm. Does a hell of a lot of damage to super heavy infantry since it is a psychic PvP damage type. 250, 219. This capillary tower is still here. You can't destroy these things, you know, red team. 2-1 cap for blue. West side we have Catachans capping or decapping. The Predator went down. How did he lose it? Didn't even seem to have moved. Maybe a Manticore got a big volley on it, because it does lose speed with Mark of Nogel, so it might have been difficult to get out of the way, especially if it was blocked by stuff. 250, 201. Assault Terminator is going after the Zone Throat. Zone Throat shield goes down and it's done for. The Thunderhammer Force Commander was there. That constant damage buff which is affecting the Chaos Lord and those Assault Terminators, so that is going to be incredibly nasty if we get some big engagements on this east side. Blue team have the better armies right now, or do they? Rosen Warrior has a great unclean one on the way, and Bashful does have those Terminators. Blue team have the larger armies, let's say. The Doom Malantite is going to be incredibly important. Does not regenerate energy, as you can see. You need to use Spirit Leech or Absorb Life to get some energy back for this guy. 249, 185. Chaos Lord gets away, does he? Yes, and there's a Brood Nest on the way and another tower. Mark of Pawn CSM not level 4 yet, going after the Warrior Brood. Big Blastmaster shot. Level 3 Chaos Space Marines and a Librarian moving in on the red team there. Another big Blastmaster hit. Where is that Plasma Cannon? There it is. Force Commander in amongst with his Iron Halo, Alacrity and Power Sword. For Spartan being chased by the enemy Force Commander. Hive Tyrant is going to go down. I think there's a Psychic Scream and a Seismic Roar, but it's not going to save him. Seismic Roar not knocking back these Terminators, but there was a Sync Kill which saved him for a little while longer. There's a Paroxysm from the Doom of Malantite who's still kicking. And now the Assault Terminators get Veil of Time and they're going to run back to base. Terminators cannot retreat, so they need to run back and get some health back. 215, 185. Crippling Volley on the Force Commander. This Termagant Brood now has a Venom Brood leader. There he is, and he has his Venom Cannon and grants range synapse to the squad he's in. In fact, both squads have Endless Swarm and the Venom Brood leader. Hell of a lot of resources invested into his Termagants there. Great unclean one on the field for Rosen. Super unit for Chaos, over 6,000 hit points. Super heavy infantry armor, and it's going to vomit on Tyranids. Ouch! Has a bunch of nasty abilities, as you see there, and is a greater demon, so you can support this thing with worship. And look at that, as you can see, Paroxysm not affecting the Great Unclean One, which I believe is an unintended bug. It should affect the Avatar and the Great Unclean One, but for whatever reason does not in 2.2. So that's unfortunate for Torpid. You'll need to deal with the Great Unclean One in another way. Big rocket run on the CSM, but the second run was badly placed, I think, and didn't finish them off. 175, 185. Executioner Lehman Russ will be doing a heck of a lot of damage to that Great Unclean One. With super heavy infantry armor taking a lot of damage from this thing. 165, 185, 2-ton cap for red, and now Stormtroopers with anti-armor kit put a melter bomb on this thing. The melter guns also will do a lot of damage to the super heavy infantry armor of the Great Unclean One. This thing needs help. Has judgment on it as well from the Inquisitor. There's an abyss on this stuff. Look at the damage in that central circle. Doesn't do a whole lot outside of it. And that was a big mistake from Spartan. Retreated through and lost the model, lost 2 models in fact. What is the Librarian doing? Just completely freaking out at the Chaos. Chaos Lord level 6, almost level 7. Librarian doesn't want to fight him. There's quickening, I think. Yes, only lasts 5 seconds, that thing. 160, 176. 2-ton cap for blue. some talk on the forums right now about the Librarian for the Space Marines not being quite as effective perhaps, or not as attractive as the other tier 2 options for Space Marines, but we have a Librarian for both Space Marine players and they've done reasonably well, I think. 160, 162, 2-to-1 cap. Carnifex is up for Torpid and he's going for Thornback. Great and Clean One has been... Oh, this is Manu's Great and Clean One. I'm going to say it has been healed up very quickly, but this is a different Great and Clean One. Two of them on the field for Red Team. 160, 152 Stone Guard veterans using the Hellfire rounds. Warrior Brood in there. What is this? 160, 148. Paroxysm goes off. It's just a drop pod. Assault Terminator is trying to flee under Veil of Time. Plasma Cannon getting a good hit, but this is a nasty blob of Tyranids now. They're not stopping, and here comes the Great and Clean One from ROSEN. This is ROSEN's one. There's the Cloud of Flies trying to save the Assault Terminators. 27 hit points and they get away. That's unbelievable. 160, 130. 2-to-1 cap for Blue Team. Another big Plasma Cannon hit. All this stuff is still infected from that Cloud of Flies, one of the Great and Clean One's abilities. What's going on mid? Carnifex versus Great and Clean One. Carnifex has lots of support, the Great and Clean One does not, hence it's being taken down here. And down it goes. Has a very long death animation, and for good reason. The death explosion of a Great and Clean One does heinous amounts of damage to enemies and heals allies. Those Vanguard veterans going down there. There is a death explosion and nothing was around it. 160, 111. Force Commander level 7. Great and Clean One there. Can they finish off the Librarian? Between them they can. Great and Clean One getting a sync kill, tossing him aside. Vocaloid coming in strong here with double Lehman Russ and a Manticore and a level 3 Catachan squad. Now what? 153, 111. Assault Terminators from Spartan going up against the enemy Great and Clean One with their Thunderhammers. This is ROSEN surviving one. 146, 111. There's some Corn Worship. Look how fast he is with Corn Worship. Also boosts his health and energy regen, but it's not really enough to tank a lot of damage, I don't think. There's a special attack vomit that wasn't his ability. For some reason he's not using Cloud of Flies. Maybe it's on cooldown. Here comes Torpid. That drop pod is still there. This thing actually will allow allies to reinforce. So you want to destroy them when you see them. Stone Guard veterans with Vengeance rounds trying to push against the Imperial Guard armor and they get absolutely disintegrated. 122, 111. Manticore strike. Haven't seen a lot of those, so he must have been using them mid. Hive Tyrant's going to try and decap the east side. Crazy game. It's so close. Blue team seem to be in the ascendancy though. Red team being sloppy. Last few engagement. Here is ROSEN again being sloppy with his Chaos Space Marines. Level 4 guys are going to go down. No way they're getting out of that. Down they go. Red team, I think, have been kept in this by the artillery units that they had on the east side. They had the noise, the Blastmaster there who's now mid, and the Plasma Cannon there who's now in retreat. And a Predator tank is up for Bashful, going for the Las Cannon. Going to try and take on those Lehman Russ, I think. Carnifex level 2 with the Thornback no longer affected by those infestation towers. 109, 111. Those grenade launchers using a barrage from these heretics. Level 3 heretics. There's a Tyrant formation. Knockback and damage. That's the global nuke for the Tyranids. Not doing a whole lot though to these level 4 noise marines apart from a knockback. Some Nurgle worship now. 95, 111. Down goes the Lehman Russ. Still one there though, and it does have the execution up. Plague Champion has the Plague Fist, level 6, but is forced off, does not have an armor upgrade. Who's this down? It's the Inquisitor. 76, 111, a double cap for red here. I think lost so much, but I suppose blue team have as well. Torpid seems to have preserved all of his squads apart from the Doom and the Zoanthrope. Everything else I think has survived for him. 59, 111. Blue team, can they take their natural back? I think they can. All kicking off on the east side. This Great and Clean one is still going. Rippers will go down. And red team I think are going to take this east side. 50, 111. Manu with a Marco Leech Predator. Big Blastmaster hit. This thing continues to annoy. This is in fact Manu's, which is level 2. Manticore on its face. But they do retreat in time. 45, 111. Wow, look at the damage that Predator took. Being chased down by Tactical Marines with missile launcher level 4. Get a hit on a Great and Clean one. But then back the hell away. Here's some corn worship for the big fella. 38, 111. The tower on this east side, this drop pod. Is this a new drop pod? Surely it's not the same one. Wow, Carnifex taking big hits from this Predator tank. Now the Carnifex is here. Needs to keep this Predator tank moving though. Bashful. Go, go, go. 31, 111. Yes, he does move eventually. The Great and Clean one, of course, passively doing damage to nearby targets just by its mere presence. Here's another Carnifex. No upgrade for this guy yet. The Thornback though is in trouble, being chased down by 2 Las Cannon Predators, charging away, trying to save it, and that is nicely done by Torpid. Does save it. Very nicely done. 31, 111. Level 4 Heretical Space Marines for ROSEN. Kicking off mid. What's going on? Assault Terminators chasing off some Noise Marines. And you have some Chaos Terminators for Manu. Twin Linked Bolters and Power Fist. No upgrade on these guys yet. 31, 111. And the Chaos Lord is on capping duty. Who's that down? At his feet, it's the Hive Tyrant. 31, 111. Imperial Abyss. That is pain. Assault Marines jumping out. Lots of stuff retreating through. And it seems to have just stopped. Blue team pushing through mid, but didn't wipe anything, I don't think. Force Commander lives. Yes, he does live. Level 7. The Inquisitor is just level 2. Hive Tyrant's level 6 and down. Chaos Lord level 8 on his way to level 9. Level 8 Force Commander also for Bashful. And the Plague Champion is level 7. 18, 111. 2-ton cap for red. Can they hold on here? They've done very well to do so. Looks like blue team were on the way to winning. But the Great and Clean one has done very well, I think, for ROSEN. ROSEN lost some stuff sloppily, as did Bashful. Bashful has lost so much stuff in this game. But they're going to win this with a 2-1 here. There's a GG. Not sure where blue team went wrong. Well, there it is. I suppose the Doom Valentine not affecting the Great and Clean one was a pretty big deal. Carnifexes. This one survived. The other one taken down. I think these Las Cannon Predators appeared just at the right time. I did very well for red team at the end, but that was a crazy game. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.